I'd like to call this special meeting of the Southampton Town Board to order on this 8th day of December 2022. All rise and join us for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please remain standing. I'd like to ask that you join me in a moment of silence as we keep in our thoughts all the men and women of our armed services who bravely defend our freedoms each day, and also all of our emergency service personnel, all of our ambulance, all of our fire, and yes, all of our police officers who put their own lives on the line to protect us each and every day. So let's, with them in our thoughts and prayers, let's join in a moment of silence. Thank you. Please be seated. Madam Clerk, would you please read the special meeting notice followed by a roll call?
Members of the Town Board, special Town Board meeting, Thursday, December 8th, 2022 at 10 a.m. Please be advised that pursuant to Section 62 of Town Law, a special Town Board meeting will be held both in person in the Town Board Meeting Room, Southampton Town Hall, 116 Hampton Road, Southampton, New York, and via video conferencing on Thursday, December 8th, 2022 at 10 a.m. for the purpose of considering the following. Appoint James Kiernan to Town of Southampton Police Chief. Authorize the supervisor to execute memorandum of agreement with Chief James Kiernan. J. Schneiderman, Supervisor, Town of Southampton, dated December 6, 2022. Supervisor Schneiderman.
Present.
Councilwoman McNamara. Present. Councilman Martell.
Present.
Councilman Bouvier.
Here.
Councilman Schivoni.
Present.
All right. I want to thank everybody for joining us at this auspicious occasion. We don't get to do this every day where we swear in a new police chief. So that's really the only item before us, though there's two components to it. First, the appointment, and also then authorizing me to sign the terms of the agreement. But before we do those, first we hold a public portion. It's required by law. So if you want to be heard before we do what we all gathered for, I have to give you that opportunity to do it, but hopefully nobody will ask to be heard in public portion. All right, is there anyone who wants to be heard in public portion?
Please.
Okay, motion. Hold off. I will recognize you in a moment, so. Okay, I'll make a motion to close public portion.
Second.
Second by Councilman Bouvier, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, so the first resolution is 1193. It is to appoint James Kiernan to the Town of Southampton Police Chief. I'll make a motion and then we'll begin debate. So do I have a second on it?
Second.
Second, okay, by Councilman Martell. So there's not going to be a debate, I can tell you right now, because the board didn't even hold interviews. Right? We knew exactly who we wanted to be our police chief, with good reason, because Jim has done a phenomenal job. He's been with the department a long time. He had the last 6 years of training under an incredible human being, Steve Skrnicki, who I miss every day, a fabulous police chief. And it was a great honor for me to have worked with Steve, and I know it was a great honor for you. I know this is a moment you've been waiting for a long time, Jim, and you've earned it. You've had a distinguished career, starting out as a detective and, well, being hired as a police officer in '97, 2004, rose to detective ranks, 2005, sergeant in the street crimes unit, promoted to lieutenant in 2011, detective lieutenant in 2018, captain in 2020, and you've been also running the department because, sadly, Steve fell ill back in August and was incapacitated, and things have been running smoothly. challenging, but smoothly under your leadership. And I thank you for that, and the board thanks you for that. I mean, you have an interesting background from public administration to psychology. I think that psychology training is probably something that serves you more than we probably realize in terms of dealing with the public and dealing with some of the situations we see today, you know. And, you know, police work has changed a lot. It's always been dangerous. It's always been dangerous, but it's like every day there's another shooting, active shooters, you know, and it takes so much work to train yourself to be ready for any situation, to be thinking about everything that could happen that somebody else didn't think about. You know, I had to say that you can see from the turnout that everybody has incredible confidence in you, but I know the board has incredible confidence in you. This was never a moment of doubt. Never a moment of doubt that you were the right person at this time to take the helm of this department. A lot of people have joined us. I wish I could, you know, acknowledge everyone. I'll point out a few. You got former Captain Shurik, who stands out from the crowd. Not Mr. Clean back there. It looks like a little bit. But, yeah, Chief Pierce is right behind him, hiding. Really, Chief? Let's give these guys a round of applause. Come on. Lieutenant Zaro's here. I saw him somewhere. There he is, hiding back there in a sea of blue. We got the head of the PBA, Eric Brightwise, is here. You know, it's interesting. Eric and I have been talking quite a bit about the relationship between the PBA and the administration. And I said to Eric, how do you feel? How do you feel about the new chief? And I'm going to let Eric say how he feels. So, Eric, come on up.
Good morning. Supervisor Snyderman, members of the town board, I think I'd be remiss if we did not acknowledge Chief Skonecki today. He's definitely up above, smiling down on all of us because of his, I'm not going to say replacement, but the next person to take the helm of the Southampton Town Police Department. I want to commend the members of the town board for acting swiftly in naming a chief of police for our department. It instills confidence within the town to promote someone from within our department who is a town resident, shows the town residents that the chief of police truly cares about them and what they need to do. It also instills in the membership of the police department that anyone's objectives and career goals are attainable. From the earliest rookie cop to a lieutenant, if you put your mind to it, you can be chief of police and rise through the ranks as Jim Kiernan did. Today is obviously a momentous occasion for our department. We're here, you know, shoulder to shoulder with men and women from our department, chiefs of police from the East End and from Suffolk County, the sheriff's office, and also other labor leaders. Everyone throws their support behind James Kiernan for the next chief of police. I have to say, Jim, on behalf of the PBA and the SOA for our department, we are 100% behind you. We support you. We look forward to continuing the relationship that has already been forged. You do have big shoes to fill, but I have no doubt that those shoes will be on the forward path for this department, and we all look forward to continuing that forward motion with the police department. Thank you.
So I'll just take you through the next couple steps. I'm going to give the board an opportunity to weigh in on this before we vote. We'll vote on the two resolutions. We'll swear you in, and then I'm going to allow you to have a couple words, all right? So, and I know you're joined by your wife Julie and your son Jack, and I think your other son is not here today, couldn't be here today, and we'll get some pictures, and then afterwards, if people want to go back to the auditorium and mix and mingle, there's still plenty of bagels and coffee and Danish and things like that. All right, so let me turn it to the board. Is there any other comments before we vote? We'll start to my left.
I just want to say that in the past year, I think we were both new to our roles, and I got to know you very well in the past year, either on day-to-day enforcement issues, at community events and meetings. I know you to be a man of honesty and integrity, and I know that the police department is in good hands with you as chief, and I look forward to working with you in the future.
Thank you. Councilman Martel?
So to be a great leader, you have to be able to do that at all levels. I've seen Jim work in our community. He's honorable, he's dedicated, he's a mentor to the youth in our town. He's someone that, if you're young and you need someone to look up to, you can look up to Jim. I don't have any doubts that he's a leader among men, and I truly believe that he is by far the best choice we can make, and I'm looking forward to the next few years.
Thank you, Rick. Councilman Booya?
Well, I do have a parking ticket, Jim, that but I do want to say thank you. You sent me an email a few days ago, demonstrates a great compassion and empathy that I very much appreciate, and I think it's very important in a police officer, particularly a chief. Your compassion and empathy follows you. Your work in the community follows you, and I'm very proud to vote to appoint you as our new chief. And thank you for everything that you've done.
Thank you. And Councilman Schiavone, who's the liaison to the police department?
Good morning, everybody, and thank you all for being here. I want to really appreciate members of our law enforcement community and our community for being here for this occasion. We have folks from the district attorney's office as well as the county, the East End towns. Thanks. Good to see you, and it's good to see you here today. You know, Captain Kiernan, soon to be formally Captain Kiernan, you know, it is really, it's really fantastic that you are here and that we are, you know, choosing you today. You've come up through the ranks. You have worked in labor. You've worked in contract negotiations. You've managed officers. You know policing. This is the third largest police force on Long Island. We are immensely proud of this group as a town board member and a town board itself. So you are more than ready to do this, and I am proud to cast my vote yes in a moment for one of our own who has come up through the ranks of Southampton Town and lives right here in our community. So congratulations. And again, thank you everyone for being here.
Thank you. I see I left out one of our former administrative top officials. Captain Tenaglia is here as well. So nice to see you, Captain. All right. I'm sure I've left others out too. So, all right. So this is 1193, appointing James Kiernan to Town of Southampton Police Chief. We had a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Abstentions? It's unanimous. Congratulations. Let me take, everybody sit again one more moment. Let me take the second resolution, and then we'll do the swearing in. All right, this is Resolution 1194 of 22, authorizing the supervisor to execute memorandum of agreement with Chief, I get the first one to call you Chief, with Chief James Kiernan. Do I have a second?
Second.
Seconded by Councilman McNamara. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Abstentions? Unanimous? Approved. Thank you. Congratulations. All right, Chief, let's swear you in.
For your family that you want to join, we have a Bible here. If you would like to hold that. Please repeat after me. I, James Kiernan,
I, James Kiernan,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of New York,
the Constitution of the State of New York,
and the Southampton Town Code,
and the Southampton Town Code,
and that it will faithfully discharge the duties
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
of Town of Southampton Chief of Police,
of Town of Southampton Chief of Police,
according to the best of my ability,
according to the best of my ability,
so help me God.
so help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Chief?
All right, Chief Kiernan, it's your turn.
Yeah, before I start, I just want to make sure that the board knows how appreciative I am, and I thank you very much for your confidence in me. I'll do my very best for you, and I appreciate the confidence that you have in me in appointing me Chief of Police. I can tell you I've worked with many different town boards over 25 years, and I can tell you that these 5 people, when you get 5 people in government, everybody has their own ideas. But these 5 people all agree on their #1 priority, and that's public safety. As an incoming chief of police, to have that kind of support and have a government that their first priority is public safety and the safety of the community that they serve is very comforting for us. I do want to give them an applause for that type of government.
Thank you, Chief.
And like PBA President Brightwires said, I want to acknowledge my predecessor. His kids, Catherine and Scott, are watching. If this is being streamed, I believe it is. They're watching today, and if you can imagine the burden that the board had, they had the best, and now they had to fill that vacancy. So it wasn't easy for them. It really wasn't. They say it was. It wasn't easy for them when you have to replace the best. If you could go to work every day and have somebody next to you, and the command staff will all agree with this, that is an encyclopedia of police science, and so experienced that he's gone through every challenge you can possibly bring over and over again, the safety net that is, and the mentoring that he brought to us is so valuable to us all. He served this community and gave us all a great police chief and a great friend. And I know he's here. I feel him here. I know he's happy. And I know this because he did mentor me, and we have talked about this particular day many times. And I also can feel him fighting me for this microphone. I got this. So there's many stakeholders, right? When the town board makes a decision like this, they have to consider many stakeholders. In this particular position, everybody's a stakeholder. You see that the outside agencies that are here, they're stakeholders, because if we don't hold up our end and do what we're supposed to do, it seeps across the borders, and it goes into their towns and their villages. So they're stakeholders, and I appreciate their support in being here. We have a coalition, we have a cooperation between Suffolk County and all the East End departments that is very, very strong. We stand up for each other and help each other, and I appreciate you all being here. The community is another stakeholder, right? They're the biggest stakeholder, maybe, perhaps. And I say to our community, and I say this from myself and every police officer that works for the town, we're going to do our very best every day and do everything we possibly can to make this a safe community, safe to live, safe to work, safe to visit and have fun. We're going to do everything we can. You have police officers here that care about what they do, and that's what makes us the best police department. They really care about you. We have a unique situation when you see the news and you see the divide sometimes between community and police and municipalities. We have a unique situation here, and we have a partnership with our community, a town government that supports law and order, and we do this in a way where we embrace police reform. These officers that we have, we embrace police reform, all while maintaining law and order. And you don't see it anywhere. And the only reason it works so well here is because we have a town government that supports us, and we have a partnership with the community, and we have an administration that supports our police officers, and police officers that care. And it is a model that we will continue. We've been doing for a long time, and we will continue on. It's unique, and it's certainly a model for the nation. So I want to say to the Latino members of our community, I practice this, we'll see. A los miembros latinos de nuestra comunidad, les doy gracias por confiar en nosotros. Estamos aquí para ustedes y queremos que se sientan comunidad maravillosa y diversa. Por favor, nunca tengan miedo y nunca duden en pedir nuestra ayuda. Somos su departamento de policía y estamos aquí para servirles cuando nos necesiten. I hope I didn't just invite 10,000 people to lunch. But I joke. I know every word I said. I know every word I said, and I meant it. I meant every word. Did I get that right, Steve? All right. I meant it. It's for those who don't know Spanish. It just means that we are your police officers too, and use us anytime you need us. Call us. There are all kinds of stakeholders, right? Our civilian employees at the police department, they are the best at what they do, and quite often they're the unsung heroes that don't get the credit. They keep the spokes rolling, they keep the gears rolling so that the police officers have the support they need to do their jobs. These people pick up the ball. You know, we recently had tragedy in our department where we lost our chief, and these civilian employees picked up the ball and kept things rolling and kept things going for the public to have no disruption in their police department. I'm honored to work with them, and I appreciate them very much. We do know what you do. We do know, all of us. The police officers on the street know what you do, and I know what you do, and we appreciate you all. Our supervisors, I look forward to continuing to lead our team of supervisors and administrators. You're the best in the business, and especially over this last year, I appreciate all the support that you put into this department and dedication you put into this department to make things continue on and support our officers. Now I want to talk directly to the police officers here. Appreciate you all being here this morning. I wore that blue shirt, the same one. I patrolled the same neighborhoods that you patrol now. I dealt with the same public that you deal with. I am certainly one of you. I come from where you are, and I know what you do. And when I say that, I also know that the scrutiny that you're under now is different than ever before. I am keenly aware of the stress and the pressures that the standard that you're held to can bring. I appreciate how you've answered the call. Society has told us that there is a new level, that there is a new standard, and that bar keeps rising. And as the bar keeps rising, you keep answering. I'm aware of it. I see what you're doing. Your mental health and your physical health is my priority. I'll do everything I can to give you the right training, the right equipment, to be sure that you're healthy and can do your job the best that you can do, and you go home every night. I want to say to my family, my wife Julie and Jack and my extended family, thank you so much for the support over the years and allowing me to pursue this career as a police officer. And all the families of all these police officers, I thank you as well. Without the support of a family, without the support of the people that you love, you can't do the job that needs to be done. And I really really appreciate the sacrifices my family's made. Don't get me wrong, the town owes us nothing. We owe the town. Because they gave us this privilege, they gave us this honor to be able to do this, and they gave us a really nice life. But they did make sacrifices for me to pursue this dream and be a police officer, as well as the families of all of our police officers. I thank you all for that. I'll end by saying that to all of our police officers, I am proud to be chief of police here, and I really do appreciate this honor, and I will do my best to bring it honor. But I'm most proud to be here and stand with you. I'm most proud to be here and stand with you, all of you officers. Appreciate you being here this morning. Thank you.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Second by Councilman Bouvier. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. We are adjourned. Thank you all for coming. Congratulations.